This pattern is called the Dusty Miller or Orange Woodcock, and is found in William Sagar's manuscript of 1890. And again it features a 4-axe, which is quite unusual for traditional North Country flies. The hook I'm using is again a Partridge Ideal Standard dry fly. This is a size 14. It's a fantastic hook for spiders. It gives you the right balance between thickness of wire and strength and lightness. Just sits in the surface foam beautifully, which is what we want for North Country spiders. In Sagar's original dressing, he strangely gives two contrasting silk colorations. He either says orange or green, and so for this one I'm going to use a Purcell's orange. This one is probably nearly 100 years old, this silk. It's got a nice bright orange coppery tinge to it. It's hard to find this colour now, I must admit. So if you want to try and get a substitute, I'd go for a hot orange, something like that. And to dress the fly, again, start your silk a couple of thread wraps behind the eye of that hook, so you leave a degree of bare shank there, which will give you a smaller head to the fly once you've finished. Trap your silk in with 3 or 4 nice tight turns, and now start to bring your silk down the shank of the hook, and you can see there that the hook shank is starting to rotate in the vise, which means I've got a nice firm thread tension there. Come to a point somewhere between the point of the hook and the end of the barb. Here I'm using a barbless hook, so it's a bit of the rack of the eye. Once you're happy, start to bring your silk back up that hook shank. Again, nice, tight, touching turns. And now stop to a point where you've just got enough room to tie in your 4-axe. For the 4-axe, I'm using peacock herl. Simply snip off the end of the 4-axe, and again catch it in with 3 or 4 nice tight turns of silk. And now simply wrap your 4-axe the same direction as you wrapped your silk, and come in, build that 4-axe for the fly. If you want, you can just start to fret those peacock herl fibres back, which will give you a nice density to the 4-axe, and start building that 4-axe up. Once you're happy, trap in that peacock herl. Again, 2 or 3 nice firm wraps of silk. Trim off the end, and now we're ready to prepare and mount in the hackle. For the hackle, it's a woodcock overcover, which gives you this beautiful shade to it. Brush back those fibres and expose the tip. Take your scissors, just trim that tip down so you've got a nice little tag end there, which you can trap in with your silk. Now taking your silk, trap it down top of the hook shank, 3 or 4 nice tight turns. Trim off any waste end you may have. And now you're ready to wrap your hackle. Attach your hackle pliers. And just stroke those fibres back. Again, it's up to you how many turns of hackle you want. The flies were traditionally a lot more denser in the hackle than they are nowadays. So I'm going to take a nice 3 wraps of hackle, because I like this fly to be quite dense in the hackle. I tend to fish it in fast riffles, so you need a bit of meat to that fly. And now, once you're happy with that density of the hackle, come in and simply trap down that stalk with 2 firm wraps of silk. Snip off the waste end, and now you're ready to start just tidying the fly up. If you've got 1 or 2 stray fibres of hackle, just simply trim them out, ready for your whip finish. Now come in with your whip finish, and you don't need too many, you only need 2 or 3 wraps at the most. And give it a nice pull so it's nice and tight and nice, so it sits down nicely. Come in with your scissors and trim off that waste end. And now you're ready just to take your bodkin and tidy that fly up a little bit. And there you have William Sagar's Dusty Miller or Orange Woodcock.